Good afternoon. First, thank you very much to the Marketing and PR Committee of the International Council of Museum for allowing me to be present in this important scenario with a wonderful audience reunited here to discuss the significance of communication to museums around the world. Dear colleagues, academics, students, and journal people, it's an honor for me to introduce you to the Huella M model, a transformative and strategic initiative designed for me with the support of the Polytechnic University of Valencia, Spain, and the Erasmus University of Rotterdam, Netherlands, to guide museums in their roles as agents of social change in the pursuit of sustainable development. Huella M was created in response to the need to meet the demands of the Sustainable Development Goals and to promote the adaptation of museums to the consideration expressed in the new museo concept. Huella M is far from more than a set of guidelines for museum sustainability. It is a comprehensive and multidimensional framework that encompasses 5 key areas: communication, culture, economics, environment, and social aspects. This model doesn't just establish indicators and strategies. Its purpose is to provide museums with a roadmap that directs their efforts toward achieving the Sustainable Development Goals and meeting the demand of a society that calls for institutions committed to planetary and social well-being. The first dimension of Huella M focuses in communication. And this is a fundamental point. Museum communication is not limited to the press department or promotional campaigns. It is an inherent responsibility of the entire organization. Museums are always communicating through their experiences they offer in their exhibition and even through the messages implicit in their store and services. Every space and activities contribute to a broad discourse that must be strategically directed to generate real impact. Communication in the Huella M framework emphasizes the importance of a coherent educational narrative not only directed outward to the public, but also inward to the institution itself. The mission is for each aspect of the museum, from the exhibition to the mediator who enhance the visitor experiences, to align with sustainable values and a clear commitment to the positive change. Museums become spaces of dialogue, reflection, and learning about sustainability. Cultural dimension. The cultural dimension of Huella M highlights the need for museums to ensure access and inclusion for all communities, regardless of race, beliefs, or unique identities. This dimension promotes an understanding of the importance of preserving both ancestral legacies and contemporary cultural expression, allowing communities to pave their path toward a sustainable future. In practice, the cultural dimension requires museums to commit deeply to being spaces of representation and participation, while cultural diversity is valued and celebrated as a vital asset in creating a more sustainable world. Museums, in this framework, are not merely guardians of heritage, but active agents promoting social cohesion and building a collective identity that propels sustainable or sustainability forward. Economic dimension. The economic dimension of Huella M addresses the financial sustainability of museum institutions and proposes strategies that go beyond mere economic survival. In a context where resources are increasingly limited, museum must explore innovative ways to fund their work. Huella M suggests methods such as micro-patronage, collaboration with commercial brands to create collections inspired by cultural heritage, and the use of new technologies like NFTs to diversity revenue streams. The economic dimension is essential to the viability of any sustainable action. Without adequate financial support, any environmental, cultural, or social effort become compromised. For this reason, the Huella M model provides tools to manage resources efficiently and sustainably, ensuring long-term sustainability and allowing the museum not only to exist, but to try and evolve as an institution of sustainable impact. Environmental dimension. One of the most pressing challenges of our time is, without a doubt, environmental sustainability. Huella M proposes a vision in which museums lead by example, adapting practices and management systems that minimize their environmental impact. These include the rational use of resources such as water, energy, or paper, and the implementation of recycling and waste reduction policies. The environmental dimension not only seeks to make museums greener, but also aspire for them to become role model for a society. A museum that incorporates sustainable environmental practices transforms into a model for its visitors. Another institution in this sense, communicating this is for become essential. Museums must share and publicize the environmental achievement, not only to demonstrate their commitment, but to inspire others to adopt similar measures. Social dimension. Finally, the social dimension of UAM emphasizes the transformative role of museum as promoter of more just, inclusive, and equitable society. Under this dimension, museums position themselves as spaces that foster quality education, gender equality, health, and well-being, and the elimination of poverty. Huella M encourage museums to implement policies and strategies that increase access and participation in decision-making with an inclusive approach that recognize their diversity on of their audiences. The social commitment become tangible through the educational programs, community initiatives, and collaboration with local organizations, contributing to the social development of their surrounding communities. In conclusion, the Huella M model presents us with an integral vision for sustainability in museums. This model enables museums not only to fulfill their mission of preservation and education, but also to become sustainability leaders through each of its dimensions: communicational, cultural, economic, environmental, and social. By adopting and adapting the principle of UAM, museums have the power to transcend their traditional role and take a leadership stance in building more sustainable future. It is our responsibility as academics, managers, and leaders in this sector to drive this change and ensure that our museum evolve into sustainable change agent committed to build a more just, inclusive, and harmonious society with the planet. I sincerely thank you for your attention and invite you to reflect on how, from our institution and sphere of influence, we can contribute to the development and implementation of Huella M's principle. Together, we can create a positive, lasting impact in our communities and the world. Thank you very much and good afternoon.